So, yeah, you ever get that feeling where you're deep in a coding session, maybe running Claude Code, Cursor, or you're poking around with Gemini 3 in your stack and you hit that classic data wall, like you've got a URL or a doc, or you just want your agent to see the actual thing you're working on, but the model is basically just guessing. This is where Gemini's native web scraper comes in, and I gotta say, it's low-key powerful, but kinda under the radar for a lot of solo devs. Just real quick, I'm Daniel. I've been living in the iOS trenches for over 8 years. Started out freelancing, working with clients, bouncing between all sorts of projects. But after Dub 25, I went all in on solo dev life. Since then, I've crafted over 10 of my own apps, started building everything in public, and honestly, right now, pretty much all my energy goes into making this solo studio into something that lasts, not just another round of quick MVPs or AI slop, the kind of apps that actually scale up. And yeah, I'm sharing every bit of that on Crafters Lab. It isn't just another tutorial site or some AI clone farm. This is my actual home base. It's for solo devs who want to use AI like a real teammate, not like a vending machine. If you're serious about leveling up, building with care, and making apps that actually last, you'll feel right at home. And yeah, if you're still hanging on with Patreon, huge thanks. But heads up, everything's have moved over to crafterslab.dev. That's where it's all happening now. So come be part of the crew. Would love to have you building with us. Look, for solo devs, the whole context window thing is always a struggle. You want your AI to actually ground its answers, not just spit out hallucinated stuff from pre-training. With Gemini's native web scraper, you get this wild ability to just hand it a URL. Doesn't matter if it's a blog post, a PDF, an image file, or even a long doc, and Gemini will go and fetch the data for you. No plugins, no weird hacks, no third-party reader APIs. It's just built in. What's different here, and why I actually use it, Gemini isn't scraping like an old school bot. It's not just dumping raw HTML or mangling the DOM. It'll parse the page, process PDFs visually, which, not gonna lie, is a game changer for docs, and pull out what actually matters. Sometimes you get markdown back, sometimes you get structured summaries, and the support for images and PDFs is actually better than you'd think. And for me, that's the shortcut to grounded answers when I'm feeding the agent docs or trying to keep a coding session focused. But the kicker? No tokens wasted on useless fluff. When Gemini fetches, it's using Google's massive cache first. If the page is indexed, it's instant. If not, it falls back to live scrape, and you're not getting charged for a bunch of third-party middleware. It just works with the same API you're already calling. All right, so if you're wondering how to wire this up, honestly, it's not rocket science, but there are some quirks. In AI Studio, it's just a toggle, literally a switch you flip, and you can start pasting URLs for grounding. But the magic is really in the API. The Gemini API lets you feed up to 20 URLs at once, publicly available only, and you're capped at about 34 megabytes per link, which is plenty for most solo dev use. The big deal? You don't need to set up a crawler or a Google Sheet or some scraping Lambda in the cloud. Just plug the URLs into your request body, and Gemini does the rest. For me, this changed the way I brief my agents. I can drop in a product spec from Notion, a random open source README, or even a research paper, and Gemini will ground the answer in the actual text, not just what it remembers from training. And if you're like me, always juggling docs, half-finished wikis, and bug reports, it's honestly a relief. Fewer hallucinations, less copy-paste, way less cleanup. The only real caveat, you can't use this as a traditional function call. It's a tool, not a function in the classic OpenAI sense. But that's fine for most workflows, and it actually fits the solo dev flow better because you're usually just prompting with a big request and letting the model decide what context to grab. So here's where I land on this. Before Gemini rolled this out, you'd be hacking together some reader API, maybe try and crawl for AI, maybe running a local script with Puppeteer just to pull out a single table or snippet, and every time you'd lose flow, burn tokens, or just end up pasting mangled HTML into your session. Now, I actually trust the model to fetch and process docs on the fly. PDF parsing is the wild card here. Gemini doesn't just convert to text, it actually looks at every page, which means tables, charts, and weird formatting aren't lost in translation. I'm using this for everything from bug bash sessions to competitor research or just grounding a big code gen prompt in an actual doc. And for solo devs, this is the difference between guess what this API does and read the doc, then write the code. Of course, it's not magic. You're limited to public URLs, no scraping behind logins or private pages, at least for now. And if the site blocks Google's crawler, you're out of luck. But compared to the endless patchwork of third party scrapers and data pipelines, it's a huge step forward. And honestly, for indie devs juggling a stack of AI agents, Claude, Cursor, whatever, the Gemini web scraper is just one more lever you can pull to keep your workflow tight, answers grounded, and hallucinations slightly less wild. So yeah, if you're still here, you're honestly a legend. I know it's easy to get lost in the hype cycle with every new AI tool drop, but this web scraper thing, for solo devs, it's quietly one of the best upgrades in the Gemini ecosystem. No extra fees, no wild config, and suddenly your agent isn't just guessing, it's grounded in the actual docs, code, and web data you feed it. And if you want to actually go deeper, check out crafterslab.dev. It's not just some tutorial dump, it's not another AI clone farm, it's honestly my home base. I built it for solo devs who treat AI like a real teammate, not just a button you smash when you're stuck. And, it's packed. You get full walkthroughs like actual short video tutorials, a ton of Claude code skills, and yeah, resources means straight up downloadable zips you can drop right into your project. Members get to actually riff in the comments, ask follow ups, go back and forth, and yeah, that's just the start because the real core is the Notion team spaces. My live playbook, members get a front row seat to my command center, every app I'm building, all the .md files I'm actually using on real projects, the prompt library, the docs I'm writing as I go, and all the automations I'm wiring up behind the scenes. There's a full curated Swift and Swift UI library team space too, not just some pile of old auto-generated files, but real up-to-date stuff. It's packed with the kind of deep dive keynotes and private talks I paid some $100 for, honestly. You won't find any of this in the public training data. This is all the modern, real world code I use myself to fine tune models and build out my own custom MCPs for Claude Code, for Cursor, all of it. There's a bunch of different ways to use it, and I'm always experimenting, always posting about it in the lab. And then there's Ops Lab. It's where I build and share all my Notion AI agent instructions, Notion templates, the Claude code skills, the workflows, automations, all wired up and ready for you to copy, tweak, totally break, and make your own. The whole point is to keep the indie stack connected so you don't feel like you're building in a silo, even if you're solo at the keyboard. So, yeah, if you want to get in before it gets busy and prices start moving, now's kind of the sweet spot. The crew's still small, super hands-on, and honestly, it feels way more like a behind-the-scenes dev lounge than some giant faceless forum. Would love to see you in there. Swap some stories, maybe even learn something from what you're building next. So yeah, keep building, keep shipping, and don't let the context window win. The tools are getting smarter, but at the end of the day, it's still your repo, your workflow, your call. Peace.